Liverpool told Crystal Palace desperate to sell Mark Guehi as £35 million move edges closer. Liverpool have opened talks with Crystal Palace over a move for England star Mark Guehi, with their Premier League rivals reportedly eager to make a profit on the player this summer. Liverpool have been informed that Crystal Palace are keen to offload Mark Guehi while they can still turn a profit on the defender. Guehi has entered the final year of his contract at Selhurst Park, and discussions between the clubs have now commenced regarding a potential £35 million transfer. The Reds have also been told that the Palace star surpasses Ibrahima Konate in ability. Palace supporter and broadcaster Rebecca Lowe has suggested the South London outfit are desperate to avoid losing Guehi for nothing next summer, with the Premier League champions braced for a hectic conclusion to the transfer window. Speaking on It's Called Soccer, alongside former Arsenal star Theo Walcott, Lowe reckons her cherished club have been touting the centre-half, whom they acquired from Chelsea for £18 million in 2021. Two competitors as they seek to secure a considerable sum for the England international while they can. Questions over Guehi establishing himself in Liverpool's first team have been an ongoing concern. However, Walcott believes the 25-year-old can oust Konehi, 26, from his berth in Arne Slot's first. He believes the Englishman has the advantage over the French star due to starting regularly for the Three Lions. I do think Guehi is better, Walcott began, because when you look at England particularly, and you talk about the centre-halves, we're talking about the two best centre-halves in the country when you're starting for England. And he's starting for England. Walcott's logic perhaps doesn't add up entirely when comparing the players against an international metric. Guehi has played 23 times for England, matching the number of appearances Konate has for Les Blues, while the latter has also captained his country on one occasion in November 2024. However, Walcott remains adamant the transfer would be worthwhile for the Reds, as Guehi would make an immediate difference. For Guehi, he would fit into that Liverpool team, and they have the ball all the time, so he's not going to be challenged as much. Walcott added, he'll get fitter, he'll learn so much. To play at Liverpool and be next to Virgil van Dijk, these opportunities might not come again. Liverpool are keen to strengthen their centre-back ranks, having allowed Jarell Quansah to join Bayer Leverkusen earlier in the summer. Van Dijk, Konate, and Joe Gomez represent their only three senior central defensive choices currently, with Konate entering the final 12 months of his deal and Gomez presently sidelined through injury. Palace chairman Steve Parish admitted losing GH for free would be a problem, and his departure this window now seems likely. Liverpool have now made their approach with talks ongoing over a deal for Guehi for a fee understood to be £30 million up front, with £5 million in add-ons. Personal terms have not yet been agreed with Guehi. However, he's reportedly eager to make the switch. The Reds' interest in Guehi is thought to be separate from their chase for Parma's centre-back Giovanni Leone, as they also prepare to intensify their pursuit of the 18-year-old. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Alexander Isak decides he will never play for Newcastle again. Alexander Isak has no intention of playing for Newcastle again, with the striker reported to have informed Eddie Howe of his desire to leave last season. Isak remains out of contention for Newcastle heading into the new campaign and will not play a part in Saturday's Premier League opener against Aston Villa. The Athletic's David Ornstein reports that the Swedish striker is adamant he will never represent the club again after communicating his plan to leave months ago. Ornstein writes that Isak has no desire to reintegrate into the squad, which contrasts with a later hopeful update from colleague Chris Wall, who writes that Howe will be hoping to coax him back around. For the player himself, the matter is set, and it is maintained that Isak informed Howe of his intention to leave before last season ended. This came following then-director of football, Paul Mitchell, telling the 25-year-old's representatives last summer that he would not yet be offered a new contract. It was then decided that the 2024-25 campaign would be his last at St. James Park, and it has been suggested since that a feeling of promises not being kept has motivated Isak to force a transfer. Liverpool are, of course, waiting in the wings following their unsuccessful first bid for Newcastle's No 14, which was worth around £110 million. Newcastle value Isak at £150 million, and it is widely reported that they would need to sign two strikers to replace their leading centre forward as well as Callum Wilson before allowing him to leave for a fee in that region. The transfer window closes on September 1st, and the expectation remains that Isak will be a Liverpool player before the 7 p.m. deadline. Why Newcastle may hold off on business with Liverpool. Another wrinkle in the story comes with Liverpool heading to Tyneside for their second game of the new Premier League season on August 25th. It stands to reason that Newcastle may look to delay any deal for Isak until after that date so as not to strengthen the champions' chances of taking 3 points from St. James Park. There would still be a week to go until the window closes after that game, by which point Newcastle would clearly hope to have signed their new main striker. Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, Porto's Samu Agahawa, Wolves' Jurgen Strand Larson, Aston Villa's Ali Watkins, and PSG's Goncalo Ramos have all been mentioned as targets, while Brentford's Yoane Wissa is considered their likely Wilson replacement. Newcastle striker Isak, determined to join Liverpool. Alexander Isak is determined to leave Newcastle United and join Liverpool this summer. BBC Sport has been told by several sources that it is the Sweden striker's ambition to join the Premier League champions before the deadline closes on the 1st of September. On the 1st of August, Newcastle rejected Liverpool's £110 million bid for Isak, prompting the Reds to consider walking away. BBC Sport has been told by several sources that it is the Sweden striker's ambition to join the Premier League champions before the deadline closes on the 1st of September. The Magpies rejected a £110 million bid from Liverpool for Isak on the 1st of August, with the Reds subsequently claiming that they were prepared to walk away from a deal. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe said following a pre-season friendly defeat by Atletico Madrid that everything is in play when it comes to Isak's future, but stressed it was clear he cannot involve the striker in his current plans. As such, Isak is expected to miss Newcastle's Premier League opener at Aston Villa on Saturday 12:30 p.m. BS. The former Dortmund forward missed Newcastle's pre-season tour of the Forest with a minor thigh injury. He then trained alone at former club Real Sociedad before returning to the UK last week. Isak, who scored 27 goals in 42 appearances across all competitions last season, has 3 years to run on his deal in the North-East. Newcastle have failed with several moves for strikers this summer, with Liam Delap opting to join Chelsea, Benjamin Sesko choosing Manchester United, and Hugo Ekitike moving to Liverpool. Interest remains in Brentford striker Yoane Wissa, who left the Bees' preseason camp in Portugal in July because of his desire to join Newcastle. The 28-year-old returned to first-team training last week following constructive talks with head coach Keith Andrews, but the DR Congo striker remains keen on moving to Newcastle. Should a fee be agreed? Howe's side are closing in on the signing of AC Milan defender Malik Theo. The centre-back is due to fly to Tyneside on Sunday night to finalize his £34.62 million move to St. James Park. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. World-class man OTD signing given major boost by Fabrizio Romano as new talks planned. The chances of Gianluigi Donnarumma joining Manchester United this summer have risen following a big update from journalists including Fabrizio Romano and Ben Jacobs, with a separate report claiming that new discussions have been scheduled. Donnarumma was one of Paris Saint-Germain's best players last season as they won an incredible quadruple of the Champions League, Ligue 1, Coupe de France and Trophée des Champions under Luis Enrique. PSG's hugely ambitious Qatari owners have chased the Champions League since buying a majority stake in the club in 2011, and they finally reached that goal. Donnarumma reaffirmed his place among the goalkeeping elite by putting in several amazing performances on PSG's route to Champions League glory. He has already been called, arguably, Italy's only world-class player by The Athletic in 2024. With his current deal expiring in June 2026, the former AC Milan star was expecting to be handed a bumper new contract by PSG to reward his top-class displays. However, he has been left disappointed by PSG's contract offers, which has seen negotiations grind to a halt. The chances of Donnarumma leaving PSG and joining another world-renowned club such as Man Utd or Manchester City have been growing in recent weeks. Transfer reporter Jacobs has revealed that the French giants view new signing Lucas Chevalier as their number one, which is why Donnarumma has been excluded from Enrique's squad for the UEFA Super Cup. PSG will face Europa League winners Tottenham Hotspur in Italy on Wednesday, but Donnarumma will not be involved. Romano added that Donnarumma will not sign a new deal at PSG. There's no agreement, and he will 100% leave the club. That will happen either this summer or via a free transfer in summer 2026. The shot-stoppers camp feel it is unfair the way he has been treated by PSG, who agreed a €55 million, £47.5 million package with Lille to make Chevalier his replacement. In a follow-up post on X, formerly Twitter, Romano wrote that Donnarumma's relationship with the PSG hierarchy is completely broken. In a major lift four-man OTD, the Premier League is his most likely destination. United are eager to sign an elite replacement for Andre Onana and are aiming to land Donnarumma before rivals Man City. It emerged earlier on Monday that United have planned a new round of talks with Donnarumma's agent, Enzo Raiola, for this week. Man OTD could sign Gianluigi Donnarumma for just £26 million. United have been alerted by the fact that PSG could accept bids worth just €30 million, £26 million, for Italy's number one due to the fact his contract is winding down. Team Talk revealed on August 3rd that Donnarumma is keen on joining United this summer. He is enticed by the prospect of playing for a club of United's stature, even if they cannot offer European football for this season. Sky Sports confirmed on July 31st that United are interested in making Donnarumma their latest statement signing, although they will have to work hard to land him before City. Pep Guardiola's side are spying a deal for Donnarumma even after the addition of James Trafford. Sources confirmed to Team Talk on June 17th that City had made an inquiry about his situation. A report claimed on Friday that City and Bayern Munich are both providing United with competition for Donnarumma. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Brighton reject Man U's opening player plus cash swap deal for £115 million rated Carlos Baleba. Man Utd are offering Brighton a major talent in return for Carlos Baleba. Brighton have reportedly rejected Manchester United's opening bid for Carlos Baleba, which included a player, as part of the deal. United are now looking for midfield reinforcements, having so far focused on attack with the arrivals of Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko, and have identified Baleba 21 as their top target. According to the Standard, Man Utd launched a player plus cash swap offer for the Cameroon international. The Red Devils offered Toby Collier in a part exchange deal for the defensive midfielder. This comes following recent reports suggesting the Seagulls would only begin to consider a bid worth over the £115 million they accepted for the sale of Moises Caicedo to Chelsea in 2023. And Fabian Herzler's side has insisted Baleba is not for sale this summer. Nevertheless, United remain undeterred and are planning to continue pushing for the Cameroonian's signature. Baleba missed Brighton's last 3 preseason games, having not played since mid. But it was reported the midfielder has been struggling with a knee injury, picked up in training, and was with the rest of the squad on Saturday to watch his teammates in action against Wolves. Brighton, though, are still preparing for Baleba's potential exit with a succession plan. Diego Gomez and Malik Yalquay are already posing as potential successors in midfield. Jack Hinchelwood, Matt O'Reilly, Matt Zweifer, and Yassine Ayari are also pushing for more minutes this coming season. This is a tried-and-tested formula for Brighton, as they've lost key players in the past, such as Yves Bissouma, Caicedo, and Alexis Mac Allister, only for others to step up and fill in. Carlos Baleba, joining Man United, relies on Ineos striking critical £40 million deal as soon as possible. Manchester United have turned their attention to Brighton midfielder Carlos Baleba as their next transfer target this summer. The recent £66 million arrival of Benjamin Sesko has taken Manchester United's summer spending north of £200 million. But the signs are that Ineos won't stop there. United have made contact over Carlos Baleba. But Brighton's stance is that they don't want to sell their talented midfielder for at least one more year. It was widely anticipated that United would struggle financially this summer, with the Red Devils appearing close to their limits under the profit and sustainability rules. So far, Ineos have managed to be flexible with United's transfer budget. But to sanction a big money move for Carlos Baleba, the Red Devils will have to sell. Alejandro Garnacho's sale will be key to Carlos Baleba pursuit. It has been reported that Brighton want £100 million for Baleba if United are going to make a deal happen this summer. United can't afford Brighton's asking price, but player sales could make it possible. Marcus Rashford's loan move saved United £15 million, but that has been the only significant departure this summer so far. Ineos will be keen to get the cogs turning on deals for the likes of Alejandro Garnacho. Out of the remaining 4 unwanted players left out of Amorim's squad, Garnacho's sale will be the most critical for Ineos. As a Carrington graduate, Garnacho's sale will represent pure profit on the accounting books, which will have a huge impact on the budget. United want £40 million for Garnacho this summer, with talks ongoing with Chelsea to reach an agreement on a permanent sale. How Man United can raise £100 million for Carlos Baleba deal. According to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Baleba's personal terms will not be an issue. So the only head-scratcher for Ineos is how they will afford the £100 million asking price. United in Focus previously explained how United can still afford a mega deal this summer, and much of it relies on the sale of. Under the current financial rules, the price of incomings is amortized over several years, meaning their accounting costs are spread. Ineos spread the cost of Cunha and Mbumo and will likely use a similar strategy for Baliba. In contrast, sales are registered immediately, meaning Garnacho's sale would provide an instant £40 million boost to United's PSR calculations. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.